Okay, so I'm just about finished up my first day of solo road tripping the length of British Columbia as I'm on my way, 2-day drive to get to the Bush Plain camp, and then I'm going to be flown into the remote mountains for a couple of weeks. And I won't know what's going on out here at all. I won't be in contact with anybody. So, but anyway, I'm going to get everybody up to speed with a little bit of news, okay? Now, if you've been following the video submissions closely, most of you understand that there is a very obvious need for a secure platform for all of you to share knowledge and obtain knowledge, okay? Because due to dozens of people have contacted me, including numerous law enforcement officers and others, as well as people who are associated with a well-known organization and website that takes people's information when it comes to these Sasquatch beings and reports and stuff, right? And flat out, the top of that organization is associated with some dark people. Obviously, they're all about money, and they have been actively, non-stop manipulating people's honest experiences and submissions of knowledge. And numerous reports submitted, quote, from their own researchers disappear, just absolutely disappear. Numerous reports sent in don't even make it to the website, period. Okay? So that's just a drop in the bucket of what's really going on behind the scenes. Not only them, with literally a handful of other of the so-called big names in the Bigfoot world, the Bigfoot community. So anyway, a quick note on that. I'm not a member of the Bigfoot community, okay? I'm one of you. We are avid, hardworking, good, honest people on the face of the planet who demand answers, and we want to know why everybody is being misled and lied to, right? Anyways, that's a whole other topic. But what I'm getting at is, I previously had a PayPal account. I haven't accessed it for probably over a year, I think. I think there might have been $1,500 sitting there untouched. I don't know. We made a bunch of decals, hunt-related decals and hats for a couple of the hunting apps a couple of years ago, and it was a lot of fun. They were showing up all over the damn place. It's funny driving up north there everywhere. It's fun. It's just a break-even project, but a fun project, and we haven't continued for a little while just because it's very labor-intensive. It's time-consuming. But anyway, I'm just making that mention to let you know. I previously had a PayPal account, so that means that it was what do they need? What was the word? It was in good standing. It was set up properly with all the appropriate ID, credit card, all the information, mailing address, everything. It's all been previously set up, okay? Now get this one. So what was it? Not even 48 hours ago, we made it public of where all of you could contribute to support this construction of this safe platform, right? Not even 48 hours. And I was cracking open my emails before leaving today to start the journey after I packed everything up, and get this one. I had a notice from PayPal, which is paypal.us. I think it's a US company. And they said the account has been put on hold until I had to fill out something to vet them. What's it called? I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. I'm frazzled. I've been driving for hours. But what they wanted was they were ceasing all action on that account until I provided them with full name, mailing address, phone number. They wanted a photographed copy of a bank account statement or a credit card statement with the same name and address, my name and address on it. And they also wanted a photograph of a tax statement from Canada Revenue. And I kind of looked at this and I'm like, oh, and they wanted to know what the account's going to be used for. Okay? I'm like, and you know what? I go with my gut with everything. My gut's screaming, what's up? You know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You know, that's an easy term to shut people down or humiliate them instantly if people want them to stop talking about something. But this has got nothing to do with conspiracy. This has all to do with not making sense And did I expect something like this to happen? 110% I expected something like this to happen. To be honest, sometimes I'm surprised my YouTube channel is even still up half the time when I get up in the morning, because the only thing's been going on in that channel is truth sharing, right? And obviously I've been subtly but consistently taking jabs at all the fraudulent bastards that have been misleading all of you, blatantly and openly. And I'm not going to stop either, because it has to be done, right? So anyway, moving along. So I'm like, okay, well. So I took a photograph of a credit card statement from a credit card I actually recently canceled. It finally expired, and actually we have opened up another credit card with a different one that has some more benefits on it. But anyway, so I thought, okay, we'll give him a picture of that one. And then I just grabbed a tax statement from, like, I don't know, 2015 or something. And I took a picture of, what they, county revenues on there, my name and address, and I took a picture of that. And I submitted it. Oh, and they also wanted to know what my title was. And it gave a whole bunch of different work titles for trade titles or whatever. And you know what? I know I have been completely open with my personal life and what I do, but let's just say that I probably have about 5 different trade titles, okay? Nobody tells me what to do. I make all my own money, and nobody can stop me from doing anything, all right? Maybe some of you might think that's a little over top statement, but whatever. It is what it is. That's how I roll. And so I pulled out one of my honest titles and submitted that. And then I submitted the documents. And they said, there's a little, generic thing come up there and said, thanks. And I'm like, whatever. So then as you're driving along, I got lots of hours to think about it, right? It's like, okay, what's going on here? This account has already been opened up legally with all the correct documents and identification probably 2 or 3 years ago. And 48 hours ago, I announced publicly that the build has began, and that you, the people, can throw down a few bucks to support the build if you choose, if you wish to. And it's very, very appreciated to all you people who have, the throwing down the financial support is great, but the more important part of that, the result of that, is the encouragement and the fire that gets burning to see that creation through to the end. And you can't do much more motivation than a whole pile of people throwing down support, right? And that construction has begun. I probably already said that. So anyway, these videos, when you make up your phone, it's a one-shot deal. There's no cutting and editing. So some of it, I might repeat myself a couple times. I might babble a little bit. But as I'm driving along, I'm thinking, really? So not even 48 hours ago, we announced that the people can throw down support this through a PayPal and throw down the PayPal link. Oh, look what happens. That account's been fined for over 2 years, and within 48 hours, the account gets shut down and put on hold. That's funny, because now, the way my blood pumps through my veins is I have a fight or die is in me from head to toe. I can't get out of it. It's just the way I'm built, fight or die. So as soon as anyone tells me that I can't do something or tries to prevent something, that's it. It's a fight to the death, and I'm not going to lose. So I don't give a shit. If I got to throw down 50 or 100,000 bucks out of my pocket, I'll do it. So let's just say if there are some people trying to block this creation, could probably guess who it is, right? This is how dumb people are. If let's just say that's what's going down. Well, you can't do much more to ensure that this thing gets built than doing what you've done. You can't. It's impossible. You've just made the ultimate move to ensure that this safe, secure platform gets constructed and yours gets the plug absolutely pulled from and you sink into the sludge. If that's what's going on, right? So maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but it's not making sense. And then to top it off, I logged on again last time I stopped for coffee just to have a look again, and it's the same generic screen that says you have to fill out this questionnaire to ensure of who you are and what you're doing before this account will allow you to move forward. I'm like, whatever, PayPal, you can ram it up your ass. Nobody needs you. I don't need you. But so just so you know, before I'm not going to be able to be in contact with any of you or anyone tomorrow onward for a couple weeks. So if you start to get your money refunded from PayPal, you know why. This is the honest, all the information I have, everything I know, I'm sharing with all of you, and that's what's going down, okay? I won't know anything until I get out in a couple weeks. If you want to continue to support the project through PayPal, I don't know, maybe you could try, maybe don't, I don't know, it's up to you. There's definitely other avenues. But just so you know, the donation money does not make or break the construction of this item. It shows support. There's nothing's going to stop this from being created. It's not impossible. And just so you know, no one will have access to that platform or its contents. None of the big name social media platforms will have any effect on it. YouTube can't touch it. Facebook can't touch it. Instagram, the Twitter people, nobody can touch or manipulate this information. Period. It's not possible. And there's there's various platforms to host it. The contents gets hosted somewhere else. My tech team works for me. I know where they live. We know each other, trust each other, each other's lives. There's no strangers involved. Nobody can control or stop any of this. Okay, just so you know. And then that's kind of making me grin, really, because if what's going on is what I think might be going on. Have you ever heard of the term hook, line, and sinker?